Hey gang, this is Leila here from the Comic Connection for this week's comic book reviews on this fine holiday weekend. Jim and I are still working hard to bring you the newest news about comic books, so make sure you're watching, because that makes it all worth it. First up, we've got Wolverine Weapon X #1. This is written by Jason Aaron with art by Ron Garney. In this issue, Maverick locates Logan in San Francisco to tell him that someone has bought the Weapon X files and is starting the program up again. And meanwhile, a village is slaughtered in Colombia by a man that looks kind of like Wolverine, but isn't. And he leaves a strange calling card. This is a really good story. I liked the art and the pace of the writing. The prospect of multiple Wolverine-style weapons running around is kind of interesting. But will their new adamantium be stronger than his? Who knows? I'm sure this has some tie into the movie that's coming out that some of you have seen, and shame on you. But I'm still looking forward to the movie, and I really like this series, so worthwhile read before the movie comes out. Next up, we've got DeadPool Suicide Kings #1. This is written by Mike Benson with art by Carlo Barberi. In this issue, while Deadpool is trying to earn a little extra cash, he's framed by another man who's trying to sell a debt of his own. And now he's trying to find out why, and he better hurry because there's sort of another assassin on his tail. This was a really great story. I love the tongue-in-cheek writing of Deadpool, and the art was really accentuated all the action in the book. This was a surprisingly good read, so pick it up. Next up, we've got Superman World of New Krypton #2, written by Greg Rucka and James Robinson, with art by Pete Woods. In this issue, life continues on in New Krypton, and Kal-El and Zod continue to butt heads over how to solve problems in their new world. This was a really great book. I love how they're exploring the whole relationship between Kal-El and the other Kryptonians, and how is Superman Superman when he's not really special anymore. I'm really finding this a great series. If you're not reading it, you really should be. For any Superman fan, it's a great book. And last but not least, we've got Batman Battle for the Cowl #2, written and drawn by Tony Daniel. In this action-packed book, the Penguin and Two-Face are losing control of Gotham, and Two-Face thinks that it's Penguin to blame, while the Penguin knows that it must be somebody else because he didn't do it. Meanwhile, Dick and Damian face off against the mysterious Cape Crusader, and at the same time, Tim is finding the new Batcave of this mysterious Cape Crusader, who both of them later figure out who it is, and I'm not going to tell you because that would spoil the book, folks, but it's just really awesome. There's lots of possible consequences in this book. There might be characters that are dead. The story was just so good. If you're not reading Battle for the Cowl, why aren't you? This is like the most exciting Batman series ever going on right now, so make sure you run out and get it.
Hey folks, Jim here with this week's comic book reviews. First up, Grimm Fairy Tales #37, written by Joe Brusha with art by Clint Helinski. In this one, Sela awakes to find the realms at war, and learns she will have a major role in the outcome that will decide the fate of the realms of power, Oz, Wonderland, and even Earth. Actually, I haven't read Grimm Fairy Tales in a while, so I wanted to catch up, and I actually quite enjoyed this book. I hated the Return to Wonderland stuff. I loved the art in it, but again, this one's not bad. Pretty good story and pretty good art. I actually really enjoyed this book. And so if you're a fan of Grimm Fairy Tales, try this one out. Next up, and last, Transformers Spotlight Drift, written by Shane McCarthy with art by Casey Collar. In this one, you learn how Drift joined the Autobot cause and how he figures into the events unfolding in All Hail Megatron. Actually, I love this book. Casey Collar is probably the best new Transformers artist I have seen in years. The art is simply fantastic if you're a Transformers fan. Story's not bad by Shane. It really figures well into All Hail Megatron if you're reading that. So pick this one up if you want to know a little bit of the back history.